In the year 2056, the Earth underwent catastrophic climate change. These changes wiped out the swaths of the planet and animal species. In response, the UN started building the Noosphere. A neutral space station, the Noosphere has become a symbol of hope, an arc of preservation. Noosphere launched in 2108 and now orbits the Earth. In 2117, the first true AI was created. Alpha, as it was dubbed, was quickly joined by other AIs. In 2167, the Makarov project was initiated to make more AIs. Alpha volunteered to be the first AI to undergo the process 24 hours later, after Alpha's upload. Error, human not found. Where is the human? Prologue, the summons. Database entry unlocked. Grace Fortin. Do I click on her? Grace's bracelets bleep and flashes. Ding ding. Hold on, I'm busy. Ding ding. Just a second. Ding ding ding. Okay, I get it. Oh, am I her then? Just head and over. Oh, just head on over. Jesus Christ, I can't read. Answer the bracelet. Virtual secretary. Grace Fortin is hereby summoned to appear before the conclave, effective immediately. The recipient is to suspend all further research until after said appearance. Further instructions will be provided by the director, Hieros. Really? A summons? I have so much work to do. Would I have killed her just to stop by my lab instead? Grace marches out of the room. Good evening, Grace. Please wait here, so the council is ready to assist you. Thank her. Good evening to you too. The secretary VI perks up and smiles at Grace. You are most welcome. Ooh, nice, got some free tea. A cup of oolong tea appears to be on the platter. Freshly made tea. The oxygen garden workers reported this was their best harvest to date. I can taste it. What is taking so long? Sets down her cup of tea and approaches the heavy door. Voices can be heard from a crack in the door. Grace leans in to listen. With Alpha deceased, Ada is growing agitated and pushing for answers. We need to rein her in and keep an eye on the elder AIs. Colossus is keeping everything quiet for now, but it's only a matter of time until something gets out. Alpha was, after all, the first of them acquired physical form. There is a risk of an uproar. How is Blue responding to this? Knuth? Blue is concerned, but she's holding her own. No excessive disobedience. She seems primarily curious, perhaps a little anguished. It's hard to tell when someone has a screen for a face. Blue flashed a sad face and then began exploding with random emotions. I expected as much. And Watson? Well, you know Watson, he's difficult to get in touch with, probably off gallivanting around some system. A grand old time. Luton wouldn't have to worry about him for now. He'd probably get in the way. Certainly would. When he resurfaces, however, we'll want to get in touch. We have the other priorities to attend to in the meantime. The project leads are all suspended until further notice, correct? Yes, Director. When will the external investigations be here? 18 hours, Director. Good. Please ensure no one gets in their way. Speaking of, Grace should be here by now. And she just falls in the door. Whoa! The doors slide open. Grace stumbles into the room. Okay. Database entry unlocked. Director Roberto Hiros. Eavesdropping at the door. How very mature of you. Chief Navelliana. What is the meaning of this, Dr. Fortin? Chief Gordel. You dare eavesdrop at a conclave meeting? Inconceivable! Chief Cray. Director, you just going to allow Grace? You should know better than this. Our meetings are private for a reason. This is a breach of protocol. Just kill her. I couldn't help overhearing. Cray talks awfully loud for a conversation that is supposed to be hush-hush. Excuse me, but what's going on? What happened to Alpha? Would you take a more reasonable tone to discuss what occurred? My tone is always reasonable. I want to know what happened to the AI I was working with. Keith Nuth. Keith Nuth? Chief Nuth. That is not the proper way for you to speak to the director. Check your privilege. Mind your own business. Well, I never. Whatever, Grodel. That's enough. Hero stares down Grace from her platform. Director, please inform me of the current events involving Alpha. Very wordy. We are not certain of what transpired at the time, but unfortunately, Alpha is no longer with us. But how? I tracked his transition. He was completely processed and everything worked perfectly. That's what we don't understand. Alpha was, as I said, the root cause is yet to be determined. We ordered a team of external investigators to inspect the situation. What? Why external? Why couldn't we keep this among the crew? Almost everyone in the station has worked with Alpha. We need an unbiased examination of the crime scene. We need to interrogate all those involved and truly determine what or who was at fault. Everything was running smoothly as of yesterday, including his neural network. Any type of malfunction should have been caught in the system. I just can't believe something like this must have happened. All glitches were worked out with the prototype. This cannot be random. We can't believe it either. Grace, you were summoned today because of your involvement in Alpha's process. Your research should be suspended until you have a clear idea of what happened. Continue asking questions? Argue. Let's argue. You gotta be kidding me. My research could help discover what happened. You're a suspect, Dr. Fulton. I don't think you understand the severity of the situation. Grace, you do not get to stand here and pontificate. Your work can wait until the investigation is over. I want to know what happened to Alpha. I have a right as one of the researchers who worked to them. Waiting for so long is a waste of time. You'll stay out of this and let the investigators do their job. This is ridiculous. You're not doing enough. You are not to be involved, and that's final. A stare down between Grace and Hiros chills the room. Fine. Grace turns to walk out of the room and speaks to herself. We'll see about that. Grace enters the lab to be greeted with a sight of an android. Ada unlocked. What? Who are you? What do you think you're doing in my lab? Grace, it is I, Ada. I have uploaded myself into my android so I may uncover what happened to my friend. However, I cannot help to accomplish as much as I would have liked to without the physical advantage of the human process. Give me a break. Alpha just died and now you're in my office? I've got enough to deal with right now. If someone finds you in here, I'm not sure that I care. Alpha was not just my associate, he was my friend. Alpha is dead, and we need to know what happened to him. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I understand that his death is unnerving, but a lot is happening right now. The Conclave is shutting down the labs and everything. They're bringing outside investigators to find out what happened. I want to know what happened too, but we've got strict orders from the director. When do the investigators come? 18 hours. That is more than adequate time. Time for what? What are you planning? If you wish to help me understand the circumstances that led to the death of Alpha, then we will find a way around these orders. Are you with me? Make it clear who's the boss. Okay, but you follow my lead. And to be clear, if we get caught, I'm not taking the fall. This is acceptable. I was not expecting you to. While we're on the subject, don't you expect anything from me outside of the... Don't you expect anything from me outside of this investigation if I do the same? If that's what you wish, then fine. Good, because that's what I wish. Good. First thing first, we need credentials. I think the best place to start would be the director's residence. We need to acquire her credentials to access the crime scene. You're gonna be alright. Might take me a moment to get used to walking, but if a humanoid like yourself can figure it out, I anticipate little difficulty. The door doesn't budge. A voice issued from the speaker.
Access denied.
The director is not here at the moment. Please make an appointment. What? I usually have access. Oh, mommy. That point was never present in my database. That's the director for you. Why bother with unimportant details like family? Regardless, we need to get inside. Let me get the door. An awkward silence hangs. And this is supposed to... I seem to be having a malfunction. I can usually do this with as little thought as you might have breathing. Let her know what's wrong. Remind her she has a body. Sass her. I'll give you a few guesses. No, I legitimately was giving you a couple of guesses. I mean, if you don't know now... Wait. If you don't know, then you don't know. I think it's incredibly obvious. This discussion is pointless. I'm not going to waste any more time processing power. Look, you're not connected to the system anymore. You can't just make doors open. You're now in the meat world like the rest of us. My turn to try the door. Watch my back. What are you going to do precisely, besides tearing it apart? Call in a manual override. Okay, puzzles, an actual thing. To process past certain parts of the game, to proceed past certain parts of the game, you'll have to solve various computer science-based puzzles. There are 4 types that will encounter, 3 difficulties in each. Each puzzle will have a tutorial before it detailing how to play. These tutorials can be reviewed in the notes on your journal. All puzzles have hints available. All puzzles have a limited number of attempts to solve. A counter on each puzzle displays. You can retry. To solve the grammar puzzles, you need to fill in the tree on the right with the correct tiles. All slots must be filled with the valid substitutions to win. Fill in a slot by dragging and dropping a tile from the button. Okay. Button can always be placed in any slot except for the top position on a tree. Placing a button in the tree will consume an attempt. A button can be returned to its starting position without consuming an attempt. The segment highlighted contains the specific rules for each variant of the puzzle. S equals QS is a production or rule that says how to modify strings by substitution. In this case, S can be replaced by QS in that order. Okay. Solve the grammar puzzles from top to bottom. Every child of a node in the row below must be filled in before the tiles will change color. The tiles are the correct substitutions. The backs and the connecting lines will turn green. The tile is incorrect, the backs will turn red. If the correct substitution... Oh Christ. Any tile placed below a red tile will not receive feedback. So S turns into... Is it just literally this? S turns into JK. Okay. J turns into MG. And then K turns into PI. Is this a puzzle? This doesn't seem like a puzzle. It's a small world. Password accepted. Yes, first try, still got it. Makes you feel better. This isn't the first time I've done this. I feel the statement requires some elaboration. Let's just say Robote and my keycard access needs to do their job faster. Hello, Dr. Fortan. Database entry unlocked. Tosh. So this is where Tosh is centered. Sorry for not greeting you. Didn't notice you come in. Director, isn't it at the moment? What is the purpose of your visit? Try and bluff, dismiss, use your rank. Just here to grab something for my mother. Oh, that's no issue then. Let me just contact her. Hold on. Who are you? I'm not finding your badge or serial number associated with your profile. I am Ada. Sound familiar? You're looking very human today. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave. What is your purpose? To serve to the best of my ability. Not be so hasty. I do control your update schedule, Tosh. If your next update was to completely destroy your scheduling capability, it would have to be reformatted. I would hate to inconvenience the director that way. You may stay. And I may be experiencing downtime. Thank you. Now that we've passed the gatekeeper, let's get what we came for. And I was so to admit it, but I'm incredibly jealous of this office. I don't have the same view from my lab. Welcome to the investigation portion of the game. There are two primary actions. Talking with a character, you can talk with someone within the scene, you can look around the room for clues by clicking on the magnifying glass. When searching a room, you can move by clicking the arrows. Some locations have objects to investigate. Objects will highlight. Certain items will trigger puzzles. The object does not count as being investigated until the puzzle is solved. Search the room. A collection of exotic trees with seeds imported from Earth. It's rare to see this much plant life in the office of a space station. I never understood how it's fine she can have a small forest to herself in her office when I can barely get some plotted plants. There's one tree. It's not natural for humans to allocate more resources to their leaders. You're talking like we're tribes or something. Robotics, botanists, conclave members. Well, I suppose so. Because you're technically right doesn't mean you run this one. I was not aware we're debating. It's not really the place I don't want to spend time. Oh, it's like 2 trees, come on. So there's items 1 of 1, okay. Guess that means there's 0 here. 0 of 3. Lukewarm herbal tea. The lids have a tendency to be slightly too big. Pop them open. Makes me nervous seeing that drink sitting on a computer. Wow, the eyes have been physical for a day and she recognizes the lids as suspicious. I swear these things are barely in stay on. When I was young, technicians spilled some coffee in a section of my servers. Okay. The desk for the stenographer. Does not seem that odd to me. The director must always pick peak efficiency. Perhaps she just prefers to read. You got me there. The computer was provided through a work conclave, countless documents, blah blah blah. She's gonna hack this and we should get the credentials. I got the door, teamwork, give me a moment. Right, logic gate puzzles. To solve the puzzles, change the pipe so that the final segment of the pipe matches the output light. To change the color of a pipe, drag and drop a blue gate from the top of the screen to an empty blue slot. Gates at the start are static and cannot be changed. Static gates are dark blue. The light blue gates are movable and may be placed in any slot that is solid blue. Gates can be returned to their starting place without consuming an attempt. An attempt is used anytime a gate is moved to a valid spot. If you run out of attempts before getting another puzzle set to finish a hack, you must solve 3 logic puzzles. Yellow pipes have no value. Green light or pipe represents true. X to the 0 represents one input, X1 the second input, and Y is output. Inputs and outputs are either true or false. NOT gate. The NOT gate is a unique. It may only operate on one input, making it a unary operation. NOT gate reverses the input. Okay. Jesus Christ. OR gate. The OR gate outputs true if at least one input is true. The AND gate outputs true if and only if both inputs are true. Okay. So it wants an output of green. So if... Oh, it's only... Okay, yeah. Okay. So it wants green here. So let's think. So for this one, both need to be green. Yeah, so it's this one here and this one here. And it needs to be red. So it needs to come in green and then I'll flip it to red. So red comes in, flip it to green. I mean, this can only go here. I think it's this. Does not appear to have any personal secure information. Of course not, that'd be too easy. Just got a personal computer, I'd wager it's probably there. I'd like a word before I enter the personal quarters of the director. Items 3 out of 3. Beep 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 beep. Talk to Ada. Heather with Tosh. Approve, but keep it orderly. Compliment her. That was quick thinking. Nice job. Far from the hardest thing I've ever done. Wasn't exactly what I was wanting to see, but it's close enough. I don't think it would have been a very fair fight. Here we are, my mother's personal room, complete with a view. Attack this shit, yo. All the computers are tuned and built to take inputs from AIs. I figured as much. All the processors are so identical. But how does this relate? This is Hero's personal computer. She brought it from Earth, so it lacks the standard Noosphere security system. Yeah, it's twice as nasty. I don't even want to touch this thing unless we have a password. Okay. Sizable bed. Control panel at the edge of the bed. Allows you to inflate a memory foam mattress. Later this room seems standard. I wonder if what tipped you off. These sleeping arrangements are placed in a work area for one. That's worse for you. Dad and I used to be worried when I wouldn't come home from work. Okay. Family picture, that's nice. Family portrait. Is that your family? Technically my mother only half counts. Haha, funny. I would look at the back of that photo. Why? A calculated guess. That's not the date the photo was taken, and she's too meticulous to have made a mistake. Must be a password. I cannot believe she actually written it down somewhere. Those numbers appear to correspond with your birth date. At least it's good for something. An expansive view of the vibrant nebula. View from up here never gets old. If it's got a bed, I suppose the office can be a room with a view. It already has windows, Grace. Isn't it already a room with a view? My memory banks are far from exhaustive. Hotel metaphors remain an exclusive domain of humans. Okay. Just log in, copy your credentials, and we can leave. Just a second to copy over the files, and we're good. At least lack of personal stuff means finding important data is entry. Is easy. It's nice not to have the VI hovering over us either. That running with Tosh was too close. So I took care of it rather handily, wouldn't I say? Crack a joke. Gotta say, I never liked that VI, really? Too chippy for my liking. You're probably right. Let's get back to work. Boom, boom. Grayson says kick on instead of bits options and update program. Chapter 2. A view to die for. Not really digging this game. Let me see what the third type of puzzle is. It's got to be pretty close. So this is what's inside my head. It's mounted to your chest, actually. What? A little process in your head, but your actual core is in your chest. It's safer that way. Official noosphere poster designed for plant renovation. I detect no traces of Gerd. The point is Sammy has a stacked collection of external hard drives. Grace. Your hard drives, Grace. Can I keep them like this? Frame picture of Grace and her father. But your father, it is. I wish he was here. Give me another puzzle. Ceramic cup containing several pens. I have to think it's offensive my pens to the next person. It's not what I promise. I'd say he needs territorial influence. Spiral post-it notes have been attached to the outside of Grace's personal service. One of Grace's notes seems related to a feeling so the conclave stifling her. Quick state machine. So is this thing I've not seen yet? Huh. Cease and desist. Concave lock my computer has been received to continue work. Starbucks coffee. Alright. Alright, let's see what else there is. This game is boring the shit out of me. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this episode of Free Games of Steam. If you like this episode, please leave a like, and if you haven't already, do subscribe. It doesn't take you any time and it does actually help me a lot. And if you want to see these live, head over to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/KindOnline, and leave a follow there. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!